Alrighty, so we have a fairly unexpected trailer here for the next campaign to come to the game, episode MAJIN BUU SAGA. I mean, this wasn't really, in terms of the theme, it wasn't really that unexpected, right? We go here, we go to, actually I don't even know if DBZ Space is updated actually, because they don't have Cell and stuff on here, so Pui Pui would not be on here, but Pui Pui, as you guys remember, has a specific part of his kit that only affects Majin Buu as a character. Not Majin Buu Saga, specifically Majin Buu. So that told me that they are certainly planning something with Majin Buu soon. So I was expecting this to, the next character or two to be related to the Majin Buu Saga, especially with one of them being probably just a Buu in general, right? And I think my initial assessment of that Pui Pui was correct. In that Pui Pui is just taking the spot of what would have been the free-to-play character this month. He, as the April Fool's character, is literally just the free-to-play character of this month. But obviously a lot more work went into that Pui Pui than it did for a lot of other free-to-play characters, because a lot of them are just reskins. In fact, every single one of them are just reskins, where he was a new model, new animation, stuff like that. So yeah, this is not surprising that we're getting a Majin Buu Saga themed thing here. I'm not going to be able to play the music because it's We Gotta Power and I will get copyrighted. So this April, a new campaign. We just, oops, no, I don't want to play the music. A new campaign comes to Dragon Ball Legends, and then it just sort of goes through the Buu Saga. Yeah, this is why I'm not playing the music here. So we can forward here. I mean, it just goes through the chronological order of events that transpire throughout the Buu Saga. And then, of course, it ends with the Spirit Bomb here. So we get some information at the end. We'll go through this. I mean, this is going to be a very, very easily predicted thing that goes on here. We know how this works. Events and campaigns. So, I mean, we could take a look at these images and, I guess you could sort of say that potentially these could be equipment, because this is, no, yeah, this isn't equipment. This is Green Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the LF. His unique equipment is this. This is Majin Vegeta's unique equipment. This is Purple Super Vegeta's unique equipment. This doesn't exist as an equipment. This doesn't exist as an equipment. And then neither do these three over here. Right, so potential spoilers for upcoming equipment, I guess. And I think there's another screen as well over here. Yeah. This one, I mean, these two already were in the prior screen, right? Oh, hold on, let me go back. Yeah, this one was already there, and then so is this Fat Buu over here. I just can't see him. Yeah, the Fat Buu over there. So they reused this twice. I mean, there's actually a good argument to make that these all might be equipment, right? Actually, I think this one might even be equipment. I don't remember. It's possible this one could be in the game already. But yeah, there's a good argument to make that these all could be new equipment that we see soon. From the Majin Buu Saga. And then we get, yeah, plus new characters will arrive. And it's going through the characters. And at the very end, yep, episode campaign Majin Buu Saga Z will start soon. Majin Vegeta is getting a Zenkai Awakening. The red Majin Vegeta. So let's go ahead and pull him up for a sec. Very, very old character. One of the more unique characters in the game, because this guy has a really, really different type of ultimate. This was the first AoE attack in the game, the final explosion. We'll go through this in a second. So we have this, and then they sort of give us a very, very brief outline of the schedule here. So, I mean, this is so obvious what they're going to do. We'll go through this in a second. So let's go back over to Red Majin Vegeta. Again, I would keep expectations uber low for non-LF Zenkai characters. These guys' main role are to be bench units. So let's take a look at what this guy's doing from his Z ability. This guy is a Blast Attack Saiyan Z ability. It's not that good. Unfortunately, this is not, I mean, he's damage inflicted with self-destruct. Sure, man. I mean, you're not really going to be doing self-destruct damage unless they give us some kind of new cell that blows himself up or something. Like, there's not really going to be a self-destruct character, right? That's not how it's going to work. So what's probably going to happen is this guy will either be a red Saiyan Zenkai buffer, or he'll be a red, I guess he could be Vegeta Clan, right? He can, so there's 3 options here: Vegeta Clan red, Saiyan red, and then Majin BUU Saga red. I feel like with this being a Majin BUU Saga, like, just overall event this whole month, right, it would make sense to be a Majin BUU Saga Zenkai ability buffer. But we said the same thing about the Powerful Opponent campaign, and then the first character they revealed for the Powerful Opponent campaign was Mecha Frieza, who wasn't on the tag. And then we got Ultra Broly, whose Ultra ability was for movies. So anything is on the table, I guess. So we'll see. But yeah, this is the most important, or I guess not even most important, but just most unique part of this character. Final Explosion. This actually takes a bit to charge up. And the time it takes to charge goes down depending on how many green cards you've used up until that point. So shortens the time needed to activate ultimate card, the Final Explosion, up to 3 times. So you charge it up with the green card, and then it lowers the amount of charging that it needs when you use it. It's unavoidable, as it is literally the full screen here. And you can, like, knock your opponent out of it if you hit him with, like, a blue card or a rush. So yeah, this self-destruct damage does not depend on your own health, but deals a fixed amount of damage, applies strike and blast arts armor, and nullifies abnormal conditions when activated. A portion of the damage inflicted will also be dealt to enemy members in standby. If you guys played back then, you know exactly how this works, but if you're somebody who, like, never experienced this character, this might be a little bit tough to even just imagine how this works in your head. But again, I wouldn't expect this character to even be remotely good. I guess it's possible, but non-LF Zenkai characters, their role is to be a bench character. And I'm a little bit iffy on this, but we shall see. The biggest issue with this character is this. Even on release, this was a pretty big issue. Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 30% damage received to all allies for 20 counts. Every time he enters the battlefield. And this is really, really bad. I mean, the reason why they did this is because this was ridiculous back in the day. 50% damage was... characters didn't have this. Like, 50 was a lot, so that's why they did that. But yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's get into what potentially we could be seeing in terms of scheduling for this month. So they already are telling us that this week, aka tomorrow, we'll be getting the Zenkai 4 Majin Vegeta. So that's what's going to be coming this week. We have We Got a Power is going to be in game, which is good, but for content creators like me, we then have to mute our gameplay and then input OST into the background while we edit our videos, which is annoying, but sure, whatever. I'll take it. Then there's also going to be a Legends Battle Royale, which I'm assuming is just going to be Majin BUU Saga. And then we have mid-April and late April. I don't really see how it would go any other way than just being LF Ultra. That's a very, very obvious thing that they've been doing pretty much since the start of the year. And we saw this go all the way back to last year. Look at the Powerful Opponent campaign. We had the All-Star banner, which sort of kicked it off. We have a very similar thing this month, right, where we just had the Legends Mega Rising banner at the end of last month, and now we have a Zenkai. Powerful Opponent campaign gave us Zenkai Slug. Then we had LF Cooler, which would be in this slot over here. Then we had Ultra Broly, which would be in this slot over here. So it's literally just going to mirror the Powerful Opponent campaign. We got the Legends Mega Rising, aka the new All-Star banner format with Cell and Trunks. Now we have Zenkai Majin Vegeta, who's Zenkai Slug. Then we have LF over here, which would be the equivalent of Cooler. And then we have an Ultra over here, which would be the equivalent of Broly. There's no way it's different than that. Like, what? That's gonna be what it is, right? There's no way. So I guess all it comes down to is just like, who are we getting? Who are we getting for the LF? And then who are we getting for the Ultra at the end of the month? And this is pretty much, I expect, to be like the final big releases we get before the anniversary, because the anniversary, remember, starts at the end of May. So we are less than 2 months away from the anniversary. And what they typically like to do is give us before these big celebrations, they like to give us pretty powerful units, pretty interesting units. Before last year's anniversary, before the 4-year anniversary, we got the tag androids, who you could make the argument that the tag androids just completely outclass the anniversary characters. I think Ultra Super Vegeta was better than the androids, but there's an argument that the androids were just better than all the anniversary characters. I think the androids were better than UI Goku and Dragon Fist. So I think they were better than the 2 LFs that released during the anniversary last year. So it is entirely possible that whatever LF we get here is better than whatever LFs we get during the anniversary. And then the same thing sort of happened with Legends Festival, right? We got Beast Gohan prior to Legends Festival, and then we had the Tag 4s, and then we had Vegeta and Trunks. I don't think there's any denying that Beast Gohan was a better release in terms of how powerful he was than the Tag 4s and Vegeta and Trunks. And I don't think there's any denying that he's still better in terms of how good he is and his impact on the meta as compared to the Tag 4s and Vegeta and Trunks. So there's a pretty established pattern, right? The past like year or so, they've sort of done this. So we'll see if they continue this trend, but whatever characters we get here should be pretty powerful. The Ultra character, I will tell you guys this. They have been pushing villains this year in terms of big releases. We had Hit. I mean, you can sort of count Hit, you can not count Hit, whatever, as a villain, but he's like a non-Saiyan Ultra character, so that's still cool. I think Hit is deserving of an Ultra. I think they did a really good job with him, both aesthetically and with his actual kit. They gave us Ultra Rose Goku Black, a villain. They gave us Transforming Cell. So we have been getting a decent amount. I mean, we're only in April right now. We've already gotten a pretty decent amount of villains this year. So I am definitely expecting one of these to be a hero character, aka like a good guy, and one of these to be a villain. Whether the villain is going to be the LF or the villain is going to be the Ultra, I'm not sure. But I think we have gotten, like, if you look at the total amount of like good guy versus villain Ultra characters, we have gotten definitely more good guys as Ultras. So I think if I had to choose, I would choose the villain as the Ultra, and the LF would be the good character, you know, whoever it's going to be. So some kind of BUU Ultra could be interesting. And I actually did just make a poll on my community tab asking if you guys, like, what form of BUU you guys would want. Because we know there's going to be some kind of BUU coming out just because of the way that Pui, his kit works. They would not give Pui a ability that specifically affected character Majin Buu without there being some kind of new Majin Buu releasing, just because we haven't gotten a Majin Buu. Like, there just hasn't been a Majin Buu in a long time. Buuhan, right? He was the last Majin Buu. That's that was like right after our anniversary last year when that BUU came out. So there's, like, you know, not a very big array of characters you would choose from for that. So it makes sense that we're going to be getting a new BUU here soon. So potentially, you know, maybe LF Kid BUU gets a Zenkai as well. That's completely on the table. So that's, I think, what we're looking at here. Let me know down below what you guys think about this announcement. Who do you guys think we're going to be getting for the LF, and who do you think we're going to be getting for the Ultra? Again, I do expect these to be the final big releases before the anniversary. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.